Hello and welcome to Dave's Delightful Dishes. As always, I'm Dave and welcome back to my bar. I've gotten a lot of requests to do some more cocktail recipes, and it's a holiday time, so I figured it's a great time to try out a couple things that I've been working on. So let's go check it out. So what I'm doing is like 3 takes, some of them are kind of interesting, of adding holiday flair to another type of drink. So the first thing we're going to do is going to be an old fashioned, but we're going to use cranberry simple syrup instead of the regular kind, and that's going to give it more of a. And then I'm going to use a ginger bitter, so it's going to be like a cranberry ginger, really kind of seasonal flavor. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've got a little orange here. I need to get an orange peel because we're going to twist on the old fashioned when we get there. So what I need is there we are, some bourbon. Need 1.5 ounces of bourbon. In this case, it's Angel's Envy. So there's bourbon. And now I need cranberry simple syrup. I made this myself. It's a cup of sugar, a cup of water, and then I put a 1/2 cup to a cup of fresh cranberries in and let that cook down until it thickens. Usually about a half an hour, 45 minutes. And it makes a very sugary simple syrup, but it infuses the flavors of the cranberry into it. And I'm going to do 3/4 of an ounce of that. Because of the flavoring and other stuff we're putting into it, I think that like 2-to-1 kind of ratio seems to work pretty well for me. And I need bitters. So I have some ginger bitters. I'm going to do about 4 or 5 dashes because I want to get that ginger flavor coming through. And without it simple in there, we want to kind of like balance it. And yes, I still count out loud. Now I need a little bit of water, 2 bar spoons worth. I don't got a sink down here, so I have to bring my water with me. So 2 bar spoons worth of water. 1 bar spoon, 2 bar spoons. And I need a glass. So we want to mix this together. I'm going to take the orange and I'm going to kind of twist it. Just get those oils squirting all over that glass. Put it back to the side for a moment because I need to put in some ice. I'm making these balls myself. I use distilled water to make them less bubbly. And I'm going to smoke it. Now this is cherry wood. I've already loaded this up with chips. I take the torch. Really get that going. Put the lid on. I'm watching that smoke drop into the glass. That goes in, and I'm going to hit it again. That comes off. I'll put in the orange zest, and or the orange peel, and then that will be drink number 1. Oh yeah, I've got a bunch of mixing to do. We'll taste them after. So that's number 1. Let's head on to the second one. All right, so the second drink I heard of, let me use a smaller one. On the second drink I heard of on Johnny Walker's holiday recipe page. It's called a Johnny Walker spicy citrus bramble. It's pretty nice, actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 6 blackberries in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I need a lemon. Because we're going to do a quarter ounce, so half of one of the smaller ones, of lemon juice. There we go. Have one of these squeezes around makes a big difference, and you always want to use fresh if you can get it. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, yep. I'm going to use the cranberry simple syrup again, as well as just a touch. No, that comes later. I'm going to use the same, a quarter ounce of the simple syrup. And then I'm going to use some sloe gin, but I'm going to muddle this first. Take my muddler, and you're going to beat up those blackberries. Now I'm going to put in half an ounce of sloe gin. And an ounce and a half of Johnny Walker. And in this case, I have, I've got a bottle of Winter Walker or White Walker that I've been saving for quite a long time. So we're going to do an ounce and a half of this. I mean, I bought this bottle years ago, and I've been keeping it in my freezer ever since. All right, 1.5. Now this one we take and stir up real nice. And I'm going to take a glass with a bunch of, just like chips of ice. Now, if you're in your home bar, you can use your hands. If you're out doing this for people other than yourself, these, in that case, these tongs work just fine. But this is for me, so I'm not too worried about it. So this gets mixed, and we're just going to pour that right on in. And we garnish that with a lemon wheel and a couple blackberries floating. And this, oh my goodness, this smells great. So we're going to be tasting these later, but you can see what that's going to look like right now. Okay, now this last one's called the Dwarven Forge, but it uses a lot of great, holiday kind of flavors, and it gives you kind of a little surprise ending, which reminds me a lot of like Christmas pudding in a Dickens novel. So let's check it out. So we have a little bit of this is actually cranberry compote that I made. It's just a very thick. So I'm using a pound of sugar per pound of cranberries and some water, and making basically cranberry sauce, but it doesn't thicken up. It stays more like a loose mix. So I've got an ounce and a half of that, which goes in. And I got a couple of berries in there, but I'm going to muddle them to smash them up. And that is going to be very, very sweet. And then I need 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. All right, that one got me a half. And it's nice to just have some citrus around for this reason. There we go, 3/4. Fresh if you can get it. Now I need some spiced rum, and I'm gonna need this. Here's some Captain Morgan. And I need a bar spoon's worth of this. This is rosemary simple syrup. And because I put rosemary in it when I made it, yeah, it's sweet, but it also is very, very heavily spicy. So, now spicy meaning like a rosemary. So we're just going to put 1 bar spoon's worth of this on to give it that spiced flavor to go with the spices in the spiced rum. Now I need 1.5 Captain Morgan. There we go. Make my life easier, just actually use the half. And then we're going to stir the heck out of this. Got one more thing to grab over here. I need to put a little bit of sloe gin in this as well. Just 1/4. This brings out a little extra flavor with to go with that cranberry syrup. And then this is going to drop in here. Now here comes the fun part. I need to get some overproof rum. In this case, Vray and Nephew. And we're gonna take this bar spoon. I'll make sure I'm not to make sure you're not under a smoke detector, because we're gonna float a little bit on top here. And then keep your glass handy, because we're lighting that up. And you might not be able to see that, and it's glowing blue. But that's the trick about when alcohol is burning. You might not be able to see it, but you'll get a little bit of glow, and then you want to put it out. So I go and I snuff it like that. And then this is ready to drink. All right, so let's talk taste. Start off, we've got the cranberry ginger old fashioned. Oh, and even though I've made 2 drinks between then and now, you still got that smoky smell off of the cherry. Oh yeah, so you get your normal old fashioned flavor, which is what to me is delicious. The bourbon's good, but then I'm getting that that berry hint. And it's not just sweet, it's also got that berry flavor, which is kind of tart because it's cranberries. And then there's the ginger on the back, which gives us this background spice. This is really good. I'm gonna put the recipes in the description. You should definitely try this one. If you're an old-fashioned man or woman, give it a shot. Okay, so now for the bramble. Now this should be lovely. Oh wow, that's really balanced. So the blackberries are sweet, and you got that fresh berry, plus you've got the other citrusy flavors and that bit of spiciness. And then I happen to really like White Walker, so that's a good whiskey, and that's blended with that well. And that sloe gin, you could use blackberry brandy, you could use any other like dark berry flavor, but I happen to have and enjoy sloe gin, so that works really well in here. And it's very refreshing. You could have this could be a dangerous one. You could probably have a couple of these. And now for the Dwarven Forge. Now this, like I said, when it's glowing, when the flames are coming off and it's glowing blue, it reminds me of lighting up the Christmas pudding, and like from a Dickens novel. And it felt very holidays with me, especially with the cranberry, with the cranberry preserves. Oh wow, yeah, that's nice. Even though I'm matching the top of it, what I think this needs is just a little, to be chilled down. I think if we were to do this again, what would be really nice would to be just have it be really cold. And so maybe shake it and then strain it in there, then put the float on the top. Yeah, even just like that, that little bit colder, big difference. Another successful, good drink. So these are 3 different ways to do things on the holiday, and really anytime if you want to. It's the nice thing about having a bar is being able to play around and just kind of create new drinks off of old drinks or anything else. Sometimes it's just grabbing a bunch of bottles and seeing what happens. So let me know if you like this kind of stuff. I mean, I got a great feedback off the first one, and I like cocktails, so there'll be others. And I hope to see you all again. Check me out on my Facebook page for Dave's Delightful Dishes. The link will be in the description, as well as my Instagram. And you can check out that Spreadshirt app and see if there's any of my merch that you'd like. And let me know if there's anything you'd like me to do for you. But until then, I'll see you at the next recipe.